Hello, guys. A very good morning to you. How are you? I hope everybody's done really, really well. Today is Monday, the 12:01, and I would like you to welcome to the trading cage. This is where we beat the gold. Well, um, market last night was really, really awesome. It broke through the structure it had before. Okay, so I actually haven't had a look how far it got. But yeah, so we had a candle chew here from the 1 hour chart, breaking through the highest point to the left, which was the highest price gold had ever reached. So it was really good. We managed to get some really good trades out of it. That was awesome to be around for. Not a lot of the time I'm not in front of the screen because I do other things as well. So I am a professional trader, I'm a mentor, and I do own quite a lot of other businesses. So my time is it's quite stretched out to have a look at everything. But was here yesterday with our students from our FX arena, and we were trading live with them and the movement just went for it, just went to grab all the liquidity that we had on top, and it was awesome. Let me clear out some of the stuff here so we can start studying our gold for today. So, what's the idea? There are a couple of things. Normally, every time gold breaks through, it will come back to the support, to the last resistance, which now is support, to check that support, okay? So we've got to be a little bit careful right now, um, so that we don't just think, oh, it's gonna keep on going up forever, and as it may not do that, okay? So we need to make sure that we wait for a very good test on the support zone. Right now, gold is creating a new support right here. I'm gonna I'm gonna zoom in so you guys can see better. Let me do this. This is the 1 hour chart, all right? So it's creating this support right now on the chart, but still not in an area where I would like to buy right now. Okay. There is one thing that it might do for us. It's our old three candle pattern, which is our rejection pattern. If it does that around this region, look at that. Our support region is exactly at 50%. So once again, we go from highest point to lowest point of the movement. We have the region of 50%. That's the region where price tends to correct itself. Okay. So it's pretty much coming back to that 50% region right now. So we'll wait for it. I'll do a quick analysis of the whole chart, okay? So you guys know what we are looking for. As we did the whole analysis yesterday, it's actually quite fresh in my head. So that's why I already jumped into the 1 hour chart. But let's go back. So we still have got our upcoming trend line. Okay, so we got a bullish trend line here. Price hit a new high back here on candle 252, and then it just went back and created a highest price, which was around the 4549.42 here at our MetaTrader. Okay. So different platforms will have different numbers, so not all price will be the same. in the other platforms, but you can get an idea even if they have a little bit of a price difference. They'll be the same because the same difference of in price will carry on throughout the other candles, so it shouldn't be an issue. So price 256 found a resistance in price. A lot of people liquidating here the gains that they had throughout this pullback. Okay, so this pullback took quite a while. Um, this was actually a couple months to make that pullback. Let's go. So we have 16th of October until pretty much um, 23rd of December, right there, when it breaks through that highest point again. So it took quite a bit to do. But once it did that, people liquidated. It created another pullback here on candle 2, confirmed that pullback for us. So we knew that most likely price would go back to that highest point right there, especially when candle 5, which was our Thursday candle, came around to the 50% region and rejected that region. So on Friday, I told everybody, look, it's going to come and clear this. It's going to clear all these liquidity up on the top here. And then once it does that, we have all these inefficiency, not only on candle 4, but also on candle 256, that should be cleared. I just didn't think that it would clear it so quickly like it did yesterday, okay? I thought candle 7 would come around to test again the support on top of candle 5 at least. It could come back to the trigger candle here, number 4, sorry, and then it could come and test number 5, but it didn't. It just pretty much opened up and it skyrocketed. So it was good. It has been a good movement. So now we know that we have got a little bit of resistance up top, and all we're doing is waiting for it to test that support, gives us some sort of support, and then we'll most likely buy again because we do not miss out on those buys, even though it is on the highest price. It's close to the highest price. We do know that there's a lot of people trying to imagine, okay, where will be the last high, and then once they do that, they start just selling. They go, okay, so price is too high at the moment, so we will sell. And then when they sell, what they do is basically, let's go to the hour chart here again. Oh, my computer's playing up today. Sorry about that. Give us a sec. Let's see if I can get this thing back online. Hmm. There we go. Are we back? We are back now. Okay. All right. Good. Sorry about that, guys. Computer went through a quick shutdown, and this is not nice. We can't really have it shutting down while we are trading. Imagine that. That would be really bad. Can't have that happening. Cool. Let me see if this chart's back. It's working again. Oh, yep. There we go. I hope that you are all there. Good morning, Elton. How are you? Making a lot of money? It's good to have you, bro. Okay, so here on our chart, candle 14 came to do a retest of that region. Okay, we have here. I'm just keeping my eye on the 1 minute, on the 15-minute chart here, because it feels like it might do just what I've been waiting for it to do. Around this region, we've got our 50% region. We have got support here on highest part of the candle 16 and 18 and 28. We have got support here below candle 38. So we can see that we had a three candle pattern here. It might just do another one here on candle 53. So just keeping an eye out for that one. Just remember that price at the moment, it's distributing okay. So it's not an awesome place to be trading right now. But if it does, if it does make a three candle pattern here, I wouldn't tell you that you can't do a small trade, a small scalp. Most likely you could do a small trade. Oh, it's actually not that small. We're talking about 1,000 points almost over here to the first region where price could stop, which is minimal of candle 59 and possibly the minimal of candle 42, 43. So that could be 1,000 points right there. But let's wait for it to form. Oh, let me take that out. Cool. So right now in the 1 hour chart, this is what price is doing. On the 15-minute chart will be pretty much the same. Let me see if we do have a trend line going up here in this region. So we do have a trend line around here. Let's see if price breaks through that or not. Candle 54, 53 closed at the 50% region, 54. Now must do a test down. And maybe, just maybe, it could give us a three candle pattern right there. Okay. Candle 52 didn't break through the lowest point of candle 51. So candle 53 also didn't break through candle 52. So candle 54 needs to do a good test here, and we could have a three candle pattern over there. The only thing I'm looking for is, yeah, candle 53 didn't break that support. So let me have a look at this 1 minute here. So what are we expecting from the gold today? While we talk about that, I'm just setting up my order platform. Gold might come back and clear all that inefficient that it created throughout the night. Okay, there is quite a bit of liquidity there, and normally price wouldn't just let it go, because it's quite a bit of stuff that it might use that liquidity to come back up to the top region again. So it might do that. So today, as we said in the beginning of the live, we need to make sure that We wait a little bit, we wait for it to create support and to test that support to make sure that it's a strong support before we start just going out there and putting orders in, because we might not be paid in case price comes wants to come back down to clear all this liquidity here that has been created on the bottom. So we don't have a lot of inefficiency. Um, this the one that's 1 minute, but that's the wrong chart. Come on. Okay, so this one. Let me put it on the 5 minutes here. And then we'll mark up our liquidity. So candle 160 is coming to grab this liquidity that we had in here. So we still had a little bit of inefficiency on candle 98. So price might come down and grab that. If it does, it's gonna find again a barrier of trigger candles here down the bottom. So this might hold the price, but if it manages to break through, we have quite a lot of orders for it, a lot of liquidity for it to come and grab from here. Okay. We do have our trend line there, which might work as support for the price. So price might come back up to the top part of that 50% region. Okay. As I said before, candle needed to test. It has tested now, so it might come back. If it does come back, it should be a good trade for those who knows what they need to do. Oh, it didn't come back. Candle 160 just broke through the minimal of candle 159, but it didn't break through the minimal of candle 158. So we do not have a 3 candle pattern there on the 5 minute. Okay, so that's not happening right now, but on the 15-minute chart, it might still do. So I'm waiting for the higher time frames instead of the lower time frames. On the 1 minute chart, we have a pretty solid movement where candle 798 came back and grabbed that region and just actually targeted that region of the 50% in there. Let me see if this is right. It looks like it is. If I put it there, that's quite a lot more. So we got 50% of that movement as well. Let me see what the 5 minute chart's going to do. If it'll pop back up. So pretty much we have got a bit of inefficiency here on the 5 minute chart. We have got a lot of liquidity down the bottom, not only down there, but also in the minimum of these movement. That is a lot of liquidity and a lot of inefficiency. So this is quite a lot of orders in there that the big players and the market makers, they might want to come back to and grab that liquidity because they do need to test the last support as well. They haven't tested yet. Okay, so price hasn't tested the last known support, which was the highest price that gold had on the charts. It did create a little bit of a support here in this region, but it still hasn't tested that big one. It might not go there though. It might not go there to test that support down the bottom there. It might grab this liquidity here, a little bit of that inefficiency, and then just run its way back up. But we do know the price needs to correct itself, so it's one of those. As I always tell my students, patience pays the trader. So if patience pays the trader, let's be patient. There's not a very good movement to trade on at the moment, okay? We don't want to be guessing where it's going to be the highest point for the price at this stage. What we want to see is price testing supports and resistance and creating new support and resistance since it broke through the last non-resistance. And then we'll see what it will leave for us. And look at that. A lot of buying pressure there from buyers on the 1 minute. Look, this is pretty good. We're still on a downtrend. But they are trying to push the price back up. Hmm. Let's see what it will do for us. Price, candle 161 could still come back up to the 50% zone, the top part of it. If it's below it, then nothing for us to do. But it might pop back up. Let's see if it does. If it does, will be a good day. Let's see if 1 minute will manage to break through that last little resistance it created. It's testing down, just tested that trigger candle number 564. Come on, boy. Let's see if it does that. So on the 5-minute chart, we have a price coming back up to the 50%. Candle 162 is testing down at the moment. If it tests down, it might be coming on its way up and it might do something really fun that we want to do. There we go. Come on. Come on. Come on, everybody. Come on, everybody. Let's make the party. One-minute candle is coming to test the trigger candle now. On 5 minutes, trying to push the price down. So it might just be a test of that trigger candle number 557. There's quite a bit of buying pressure there from buyers, also from sellers at the moment. So we know that we are in the right region, which is our 50% region. We call it a region of interest. Why? Because buyers have interest on those regions and sellers do have interest on those regions as well. So it creates a bit of a fight in between buyers and sellers. If price stays above 50%, means that buyers are actually winning that fight. If it stays below the 50%, if sellers manage to push price down through the 50% zone, that means that sellers are winning that fight. So it's a very, very good region to grab some good trades sometimes. Not every time, but sometimes they're really good. Waiting for the 15-minute candle to close. We've got about a minute 40 to go. On the 1 minute, price has not been able to uh, win, to break through that trigger candle, okay? 803. So we're still waiting for that one. Talk about a fight. If the 5-minute candle closes the way it's doing at the moment, it will come back to test that resistance a little bit on top, okay? So if it closes in the region of the highest price of 161, the next candle will probably have to test down and then go over to the region of the minimal of 151, possibly 135. 15-minute candle might need to test though. Let's see what it's going to do. This is live market reading, so it's not. Oh, look at that. Okay. So it did what we said it would do. Candle 39 may still come down. Sorry, not candle 39. I'm looking at another chart. So candle 55 may still come down a little bit to test. Okay. And then it should pay at least the minimum of candle 51. Candle 162 broke through candle 151, 161, sorry, which is good. Candle 163 needs to test the highest point of candle 161, which is a trigger candle for us now, to test if there is support. We are above the 50% line here, the 50% region of this pullback on the 1 minute. So there's quite a bit of things for price to do. Let's see what price does. Quite a solid movement here, retraction to the 50%. Just remember that we're still in a downtrend, okay? So this is a downtrend, which means that we have a retracement, a good retracement to the 50% zone. Now we do have a 3 candle pattern on 15 minutes, so it's a good movement. Let's see if it prays. The first target will be a minimum of candle 51. Okay, that's a good stopping point for the price. Candle 812 went to the region um, of the minimum of candle 51. Then it got a little bit of pressure from sellers. I always tell I actually uploaded a video yesterday talking about partials. Um, I do use another platform here in Brazil where it allows us to do certain partials. Um, MT5, you can also do partials, but on MT5, you can actually take lots out. So let's say if I got in with a two lots, right, into this trade, I could take one and a half out and just leave 0.50 on the trade, put that little bit of money in my pocket. Um, and then you just put price back on break even, and then you go from there on. There you go. That would be a very good partial point, which was minimum of candle 51. And there it goes. Candle 55, it's on its way through. So what would be a second target here for these trade if we had a three candle pattern here? That would be our 50% right there. So that's the second target. Third target would be the trigger candle 153, and then fourth target, maximum of that movement. Okay, because now we have a new Fibonacci here, um, which is this Fibo there. So this is pretty much your third target right there, which is the 50% of that whole movement. But as we are in a downtrend, it's better to be safe than sorry. We have got a price retracement there to the 50% zone. Price may not continue going up. Okay, so it did a good test on the 15 minutes of these breaking point here, which was the minimum of candle 51, which is a good resistance for the price. So we got to be careful around this region. But let's see if as candle 153 broke through candle 163, sorry, broke through candle 162, it might just continue to go up and grab that inefficiency the candle 154 left in there. But you do have resistance to the left. So there are a couple of things to keep an eye out for. Just looking here at some other charts, we've got Evolve here in Brazil doing a pretty solid movement around the 50% zone as well. So tested support, then got into resistance, came back, made a pullback on the 50% zone. There is something that we study. It's one of the techniques we use, and it's called a candle per candle hard scalp. And sometimes it does leave us some really good trades. They're short trades, as the name says. It's a hard scalp, okay, through a candle per candle reading, but it pays off really, really well. So it's really good to trade that. Also, our Brazilian real against dollar is doing pretty much the same movement, but in the other way around. When dollar comes down, it has a tendency of our index going up. So our index comes down, that means dollar sometimes will be going up. Say they work sometimes in opposite of each other. Back to the gold. Candle 164 here has tested the 50% region. As I said, that would be the second target. So it finds a bit of resistance in that region, okay? So price might come back down to test the support again, or either to continue its way down to grab all these liquidity that it has on the bottom, okay? So sometimes these three candle patterns, what it will do, it will come back over to the 50% zone of the movement. And then what it does, it generates again more liquidity down the bottom here. So when price comes back through, it grabs that liquidity and uses it to accelerate down to where price wants to go. We do know that Elliott introduced this concept of the waves of Elliott, is that price always works in waves. So it works in a way where it creates liquidity so it can continue its movement. So this is pretty much what we see. We are in an uptrend on the higher time frame, but right now on the 5-minute chart, we are in a downtrend. So we've got to keep an eye out for that. Long term, we should be buying as we are in an uptrend. But as sometimes we do small scalps and we are day traders, we're not leaving trades open for so long unless you're doing swing trade. That's something totally different. And we use different techniques for that. But here, what we're trying to do is making sure that we put money in our pockets every day so we don't need to work 9 to 5 jobs. Okay. This is the whole idea of day trading. It's something that, oh, look at that, 164 didn't break through that 50% zone. And we have 165 coming to test down. On 1 minute, it has created some sort of support here through these region, here. But it might not be enough to hold if price wants to come down, okay? So let's wait to see what candle 165 does. If it breaks through this 50% region, most likely price will come up to that trigger candle 153. We'll grab that. There's liquidity here in the top part of candle 157 and 155. It might accelerate a little bit and just pay that target on 153. But that depends. It cannot lose these support here at 1 minute. If it does lose that support, then it will come down, and that's something else. There's another thing that price might do as well. It might come down, grab that this liquidity here on a minimal part of candle 816, and then drive up again. So it could do that too. Okay, so it might just needing to create a little bit more liquidity to get the movement going. Sometimes it gets a little bit stuck. Hey guys, if anybody has got any questions, you can always leave it on the chat here. Okay, while we are live, I can answer that chat. For those who are watching this, we do offer mentorships as well. Okay, so we can teach you from zero. In case you never traded before and you just came across this video. By looking on YouTube and you came across these live analysis, what I'll do is I'll leave my Brazilian number here, and then you guys can get in touch with me. It's in there, it's on the chat, or you can also add me on Instagram, and it will be awesome to have you guys around. All right. So that's my Instagram right there. If you guys want to follow us, that will be awesome. And also, don't forget to subscribe to this channel. Don't forget to like, leave a comment on these videos whenever you watch them. Okay, we'll be having these lives on every day from now on, so I'm not going anywhere. We are going to be making a lot of money together. And share this with your friends. Okay, we have a name. We need at least 3,000 subscribers for in the next 60 days. So we're working really hard to go through that and show more people on how to live from the market, and having a better life, and making money in your home, working 2 hours a day, just reading through candles, having the patience and the behavior that a professional trader needs to have. So this is pretty much it. That there's no secret, okay? So you need to know a good technique on how to use these good technique in your favor to get good trades. And after that, you need to have the behavior of a professional trader to make sure that you're not always sabotaging your trades, okay? As I said before, we had a three candle pattern there on the 15-minute chart. It's already paid off two targets. It might go back up and pay the third target, which is the trigger candle number 153 on the 5-minute chart. So it's a good movement. Candle 165 didn't break through the highest point of candle 164. Let's see, but it did come up over the 50% region, okay? Candle 56 of the 15 minutes might need to test a little bit down and then see what price does in there. I think I know what Elton's doing. Elton is one of my students, so he's always here in the morning, and I think I know what he's doing right now. All right, so candle 56 needs to test down a little bit. We do have a trigger candle here, number 38, which is a support for the price. Also, the highest point of candle 28 on the 15-minute is support for the price. Price has created a support here on the 1-minute chart. So there is a couple places where price could go to grab liquidity, okay? So it could come back to support and then continue its way up, or it could just go straight up and pay that third target for the price, which is 153. Yamako, so you're making money right now. That's awesome, brother. That's very good to hear. Let's see what the 1 minute does. I don't want to see it breaking through support. I want to see it testing. So it has tested. Let's see if it confirms a pullback to continue its way up. There's not a lot of liquidity in the market right now, so people should be careful, okay? It has done quite an awesome movement yesterday, last night. So most likely it will be consolidating till the opening of the American market to the US market in about a couple of hours. So it might just create more liquidity for it to come. And I do believe it should be a bullish movement for the American market at this stage, unless on the next 2 hours this price comes back up here and then it doesn't break through that the highest price comes back down. Then we'll probably have generated so much liquidity down here that the American market would come clear that liquidity up before it does the movement that it would like to do. So there's a couple scenarios there for you if you're going to be waiting to trade um, the American market opening. So under 1 minute, price has come and tested that support. Oh, how I wish I could give you guys entry points live on YouTube without getting in trouble. That would be awesome. There we go. You guys happy so far to live? Is everything okay? Have you got any questions? If you have got any questions, just send it on the chat. Candle 156 looks like it's going to pay us that third target. Candle 166 broke through candle 165. All okay. Good. Very good. I'm happy for that. Let me just change my Fibonacci here. Let me see what that region gives us. That gives us trigger candle 49 on the 15-minute chart. And their price goes. One thing that a lot of people don't actually explain to traders these days is that when you see movements like this coming up, let me have a look here to the bottom. So we had a very bullish movement here. Price comes down, creates a support, then tries to break through, comes to the support region again, breaks through that price, and then it gets to resistance. Once it gets to resistance, and then it does another pullback to test the support, tries to come back up again. If price doesn't manage to break through that resistance on this instance, most likely price will have to come down lower than it did before. And that's what creates the waves, the Elliott waves, okay? Because if it grabbed the liquidity out of here, tried to go back up, and didn't have enough liquidity to continue its way up, it will have to come back down to a lower point to again grab the liquidity to try to go up again. And then it does the same. So it tries to break through the trigger candles and it doesn't have enough liquidity. So it has to come to a lower point. So price will always be looking for liquidity. Once it does grabs enough, it will come back most likely, okay, to the trigger candle. There we go. It's pretty much where we said price would have to go through. The third target is paid, okay? Price just paid that third target we had. Now, if it breaks through that third target, fourth target is the maximum of movement. And then if it grabs the small amount of liquidity that it has on top of candle 154, it might accelerate and just go over to the last high. Of course, you do have that trigger candle there, which is going to offer resistance, okay, which is candle 144. But at the moment, price is just grabbing that inefficiency that was left on candle 154. It has hit the target we had, okay, here on candle 153. Now we just gotta wait for the market to do what it has to do. If it comes back down, then people should know what to do to protect their price. On the 1 minute, it has done a small pullback. Let me have a look to the left here, see if it's looking for support. No. The last support is candle 829, so it's just creating a pullback there. As it has reached the trigger candle number 153, we do know that that trigger candle is going to offer quite a lot of resistance there for the price. So it's not a good place to get into the trade, okay, guys? We had a reading through of a possible three candle pattern here on candle 55 down here. So up here is not a good place to buy. If I were you guys, I wouldn't do that. On the 15-minute chart, it also has reached the 50% region of these movements, okay? Uh, highest of candle 42 and the minimal price of candle 54. So in that region, again, is a region of interest. If you look to the left, you have trigger candle number 8 here offering resistance. Also, you have minimal of candles 44, 45, 46, 47, and a trigger candle here on the 49. So it's a zone of quite a lot of resistance for this price to break through. Candle 168 coming back, making a pullback right now. We still have got a short, okay. Not a short, sorry. We have a trend line here. Right there. So it just, price just hit that short there. Which is pretty much a triangulation, because we do have a trend line here, which offered us support down here. Right now we have a trend line that's offering us resistance for the price. It hit all three targets we gave. We only have the fourth target, which is the maximum of 154 for price to go to, but it might not go there, okay? It already paid off three targets, and that is a great movement it did. I hope you guys like the analysis. Guys, now is 9:57. Um, we do have these lives every day from 9 to 10. I do need to go and get ready for the opening of the US market, plus some other bits and pieces that I need to get ready for my trades as well. Will be very awesome the day that we can all trade together. We'll be starting a arena soon, okay, for English speakers and for all of you guys who are in foreign countries that want to trade together with us live. So we'll have that all set up on the next 60 days, and that will be awesome to have you guys around. It's good to make money with other people. I don't need the money for me. We can all share the money from the market. So that's good. I like that. One thing I like about the market is exactly that. We don't need to beat our friends over money. It's not like I'm gonna take your money. We can all work together and take other people's, like we can take the big players' money. We can take the market money. And this is great, right? Just remember, if you do not have a good technique, you are going to lose money in the market. 95% of people loses money in the market, okay? Because they do think that this is a game and the market does not respect that. Um, this is something very, very important. We do need to use the right technique. You do need to have the right behavior. This is not a betting game, okay? So be careful on the market, you guys, because I do wish that you all make a lot of money in the market together with us. We do bid the gold every single day, okay? Of course, I'm not going to tell you that every day is a profit day. We do have days that will have some sort of loss, but we do that um, with our risk management. So it does happen every now and then. Market will show you one thing. It draws something out, um, inducing you to do one thing, but then it does something else. It just comes to grab your liquidity, and it does happen. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not here to do that, and I actually hate that. I hate people that deceive people. So, but if you have the right technique, the right risk management, I'll be showing you guys how we do that on other videos here on our YouTube channel. And if you do that every single day, and if you have the right behavior, and if you have the patience that a trader needs, you'll be able to do trades like this, like the one that we read through, and it just paid off our fourth target. So how's that? That's pretty awesome, eh? And just so you guys don't think that I'm just full of bullshit, look at this. Where no, that's not it. Let me see. I'm gonna show you what I've been doing. So right there. So this is a trade that I got throughout our reading through. So we made today $529 on these prop firm account. As I said, I cannot give you guys live entries, but I can show you exactly what I'm doing, and I can tell you that I'm doing exactly what I tell you guys. Because if I don't follow through, the things. Oh, look at this is Brazilian market. Okay, so this is something else. Let me put this back there. Transition. There we go. So we're back to the gold. So if I don't do the things that I'm telling you guys how the market works, if I don't believe in it myself, what the heck am I doing here, right? All right, guys, 10:02. Thank you very much for your time. Okay, it has been great to have you guys around. I'm gonna go sort some other stuff out. This has been the trading cage, and this is where we beat the gold every single day. I will see you tomorrow.